Hello everyone, and welcome again to another LEGO Bionicle video. For today guys, I have another Glatorian Bionicle Moc for you, and here we have guys, Metus, the prime Glatorian of the Ice Tribe. So just to quickly mention before I get into the review guys, I wanted to let you know that I deeply apologize in advance about my lighting. If it's not good enough, I know for a fact that because, you know, white light and we have a white set here with a bit of blue, it can be a bit annoying because you won't be able to see a lot of the specific pieces possibly. So I do apologize in advance if that is the case, but I'll do the best I can to, of course, you know, angle the light so then it doesn't reflect off and cause just showing you this white piece of blank screen, if you get what I mean. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoy this Bionicle Moc. So guys, looking at the leg build first, you can see that I've just used Strock's standard feet there. I haven't changed anything from the feet, but what I have done is I've kind of moved on from using, as you all know, standard, you know, just leg pieces. I thought of adding something different to it, so I used Strock's shoulder pieces and attached them on to his shin armor, and I think it looks great, to be honest. And not only that, I've also added in some, I believe, light blue Borok pieces there, just as a filler, just to add in and to cover up that pin axle there. A great idea, I think, and I really love the ice elemental look, you know, kind of like ice shards sticking out from his legs. So now guys, looking at the upper leg, you can see that I've used the standard armor shell there, typically used by Strock himself, or found on Strock I should say. And I don't know, I couldn't really think of anything else to put in, but if you guys do know, let me know in the comments below. I would really like your advice and of course your opinions. Now looking at the upper part of the body now, you can see that I've just used in some standard light blue Borok pieces there. I really didn't know what else I could do. I did use Metus's body torso piece. I took away Strock's one because it just looked crap. That's the main reason why I switched them around. It didn't look good at all, so I did that. Not only that, you can also see that I've attached on some white fist pieces there. I used them in just as fillers. I thought it would be a great idea. And not only that, you can see it's also sheathing the weapon, if you guys understand what I mean by sheath, you know, when you sheath your sword. So that's exactly what I did here. You can see that is his main weapon there, sheathed, and if he ever needs to use it, he definitely will. So it's just a standard ice sword there. As you all know, in Metus's Agori form, he has just a standard shield and a standard blade slash sword. It doesn't really do much, so I kind of upgraded it and gave him like an ice elemental looking sword there. So guys, just before I continue moving forward, I completely forgot to mention this circle here. Now this circle I added here is because of the fact that he betrayed, as we all know, betrayed the Glatorians and the Agori. If you remember in the movie guys, The Legend Reborn, Metus deceived the Glatorians and Agori, and that's what caused Taomatanui to not forgive Metus and turn him into a serpent. Now, because Taomatanui has forgiven him and given him a second chance and transformed him into this Glatorian, he now has kind of like a supervisor. This black circle is its supervisor. So what I mean by this, guys, if he does anything against the good and goes towards evil, or even does anything in the slightest bit, he dies instantaneously. This is the power of death, or you can think of it as the circle of death. So as soon as he does something to betray the Agori, to betray the Glatorians, and if he doesn't, like I said guys, even the slightest bit, he's dead. Technically speaking, he's dead. He'll blow up. That is pretty much it. So he's given a second chance, but with a twist. And that's the whole idea of the circle there. So moving up towards the head, guys, you can see that I just used the standard Metus helmet or mask. No different at all. It's just attached onto his body there. So that's pretty standard. And I didn't know what else I could do there. You know, I could have added a Glatorian neck piece, but what's the point of that? So I left it how it was. And now moving on towards the arm there, you can see I've just used the standard piece there that is typically used by Strock. And then what I've done is I've used some pieces from Metus himself and attached on some leg pieces just to kind of give him like shoulder armor pieces to bulk up his body and of course prepare him for battle. I've done the same thing for the back as well, so then he's extra bulked up, as you can see there, so just to enhance the image, and then of course to show you a back image as well. And I'll get to the back very soon. So there you can see, guys, there's just a full, I guess 180/360 there of, whoops, just trying to enhance the image of his shoulders there. Not only that, you can see that I've just used the standard Strack piece there. I haven't changed it at all, but what I have done is I've used a external armor shell there, as you all know from the G2 Bionicle sets. This is typically found from the Master of Ice Kopaka. I thought I'd add a bit of elemental, you know, G2 into the set. I know I really didn't want to, but I had to think of something to fill up that space because it looked so bare. There was nothing really going on, and I didn't really like the way it looked, so I had to add that in. And I'm hoping that you guys do like it as well. There isn't really much more I can do with that. So it's just a standard, oh whoops, it's just a standard armor shell there, just to kind of bulk up his arms a bit, and of course, you know, give him some defensive power as well. So technically speaking, guys, you know, Metus being Metus, you know how he is, guys. He tries to fight like a Glatorian. He dreams to be a Glatorian, and of course at the end of the day he is well prepared for battle. He is the type to fight as an Agori, and of course you can imagine as a Glatorian. So guys, technically speaking, he has 4 weapons. Yes guys, you heard me correctly. He has his ice sword there that is sheathed by his side there, on his waist, or next to his waist I should say, and then of course you have the typical Thornax launcher. So you have the typical Thornax launcher, and of course the Thornax fruit there attached on, so that's going to be a weapon that he's going to hold. And thankfully he was provided and privileged enough to be have given the ice axe from Strack, because he did pass away. He got deceased by the likes of Makuta Pterodax and the other villains. So here is his 4th weapon, guys, and it is the double-bladed swords there, or double-bladed ice swords, or whatever you want to call them. These are obviously found from Metus himself. He has normally 1 sword or 1 blade in his hand, and the other is a shield. This time I didn't give Metus a shield because he doesn't necessarily need one, since he is beefed up. He's much larger, he has a lot of armor pieces, and so at the end of the day a shield isn't necessarily what he would want. He would more likely have a combat weapon to fight against his enemies, so swords, axes, Thornax launchers, all that jazz. And there you can see it, guys, pretty cool stuff. It's just mounted on the back of his back there, and of course at the end of the day what he would do is he would pull them out from behind of his back. So of course imagine his hands there in the back, and then he would pull them out kind of like, I know it's kind of like bulky at the moment, but in reality he would pull them out from behind, and it would be like, you know, one of those cool I guess one of those cool Matrix things, you know, when they pull out their blades from behind their backs and go phew. I know, generic, standard, but at the end of the day it's probably what Metus would want, you know, just generic, strong, powerful weapons that he can use to fight against his foes. So I guess what's interesting and what really might puzzle you as well are these 2, you know, weird things here in the back of Metus himself. Now, the thing is though, of course originally these are Metus's shield. As you all know, he has a shield and he has a blade or slash ice sword. Now, the thing is though, this has 2 functions. Number one function number 1 is that he can fly. Yes guys, he can fly. And I gave him the ability to fly because at the end of the day, I guess there aren't really any Glatorian that can fly, if you get what I mean, guys. Do you know any Glatorian that can necessarily fly? I don't know any, but if you guys do any, let me know. So, providing, of course, Metus the ability to fly will give him a bigger advantage against his foes with the likes of all his weapons as well. So that's a great thing to add. Not only that, similar to my Prime Glatorian Moc Ranu, he has the shards that glow stronger and stronger. So the ice shards here glow stronger and stronger, and that provides him, or technically kind of estimates how much power he has. So as you all know, with my Prime Glatorian Moc Ranu, he has the fire at the back, and of course the more fire that blazes out, that means technically speaking he has more power. The weaker it gets means that he's getting weaker, and he's more likely to die. Similar to Metus here, except they're just more like ice shards, and they grow longer and longer and get more powerful, and they glow, you know, brighter and brighter. And of course, these do have a function as well. They can push inwards and they can push outwards. So that's a pretty cool function, which I really like about this set. So of course, guys, you may be thinking to yourselves, oh man, those legs, man, look at that, they look so bare, they look crap, there's nothing good about them. Well, yes, I agree with you all. There isn't really anything I can do about the leg build, unless, you know, you guys are super creative. Let me know in the comments below, guys, and you know, at the end of the day, let me know what you all think. Can I improve it? What can I do? Add certain pieces onto it? Let me know, guys. your help and your opinions are really greatly appreciated. So last thing to look at, guys, is articulation. So articulation is pretty standard. You know, you can get some reasonable you know, feet articulation. There's also knee articulation there. Of course, you can't move forward just because of the big armor shell here, or the ice armor shell. Then you have leg articulation. Of course, you can articulate these hand pieces, filler pieces there, which is pretty cool. You can obviously move the hoisted weapon as well, up and down just like that, the ice sword, and reasonable arm articulation, as you can see there. And then of course, you know, it's typical elbow articulation, just moving up and down. And then of course you also have the hand movements for the weapon, so that's pretty great as well. You know, good articulation with the set. I'm not complaining at all. Mobility good, I have to say. And of course you also have the function of the back here, the wings, and of course has source of power there, which can move in and out. You may not think they look like wings, but I think they look like wings to me. Pretty cool. I would say it would make more sense that it would be his source of power. You know, obviously the shards grow longer and they get brighter and brighter, but I think of them as also wings because there are no Glatorian necessarily that can fly. And then of course you can kind of articulate and move these twin blades there in the back, but not really as much. Finally, just to quickly show you articulation in the neck. Of course, standard articulation in the neck there, pretty standard stuff. And of course, at the end of the day, you can get some nice poses with the set here. So there you have it, guys. That is my Bionicle Moc review done on the Prime Glatorian Metus of the Ice Tribe. I hope you all have enjoyed this. If you have, smash that thumbs up button, guys, of course, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, so then you guys are all up to date with any new videos I do post out. Stay tuned, guys. My next video will be on the comparison of the Makuta. Yes, I know that I did say that would be in this video, but I didn't have enough time. I thought I would do this instead. So next video, guys, will be the Makuta one. And then, of course, many more other videos to come in the future. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Thank you again so much for watching. I will be talking to you all very soon. Bye-bye.